Hi, I'm Vicki, creator of the Chakra Boosters Healing Tattoos and the Chakra Life Cycle System. I'm coming to you today from Cannes, France, where they have the International Film Festival. And the reason I am is because we're going to cover the third chakra life cycle that is all about being seen and being big, okay? And it runs from ages 15 to 21. So whether you're looking at this for yourself or you're a parent needing desperate help with your teen, I totally understand, and this video is definitely going to help. Okay, so the third chakra is all about fire. The child goes from 8 to 14 in the second chakra cycle very easily, very flowingly. It's a water chakra. Everything's good. Your child likes to play. They make best friends. They're a little hormonal and a little emotional, but there isn't anything fiery or demanding about it. Whereas when you get to the 15th year, your child begins to get into the fire. And this fire, oh my goodness, do they get into it. So when they get into the first cycle, it's 3, 1 at 15. And at 15, they're about 3, which is the fire, and 1, which is new beginning. So they're new with this. So think about yourself the first time you ever had a match, right? It's like you want to light everything on fire. It's so interesting, right? But it's also out of control. So you might find that suddenly your easygoing kid has been taken over by this, I must have it my own way monster. If not a monster, then at least I must have it my own way person, right? And that is perfectly fine. It's not only fine, it's wonderful. It's proper development. And when I tell most parents this, they go, ah, it isn't just me, I'm just not the one that's wrong all the time. No, you're not wrong, you haven't changed at all. What has changed is that your child has gone into the phase of independence and into fire. So what must happen is the child must divorce from you in a certain sense, because in order to figure out their own way, they have to push your opinion away, and they respect you. Your opinion matters deep down. You're like the main authority figure in their life. So the more that your child respects you, the more there's going to be a tendency here to be resistant to everything you say. Now, resistance is the key word for this particular cycle, because 3 is about action, but 1 is about like not moving. 1 is about inertia. 3 is about fire. 3 is about doing it my own way. 3 is about independence, and 1 is about, I'm just gonna lay here. I'm gonna stop. So what you're gonna find is this is a year of a whole lot of resistance, and the best thing you can do is not resist back. Okay? The best thing you can do is just let your kid be there in that resistance. Let them make their own mistakes. Let him or her figure their own way out. Okay? That's what you can do. And whatever you do, don't take any of it personally. When your child goes from the easygoing water to the fire, just don't take it personally. Okay, so that's the first big year, and that's a huge transition. When your child gets to age 16, they're now in the 3-2. The good news is there's a little bit of a calming energy here. The 2 is all about harmony, relationships, calm, flow, divine, feminine. There's a little bit of a return of what you saw from ages 8 to 14. But the key stressor here is a little, just a little, because the fire is still the major chakra here, the major chakra of this cycle. And the other thing is, 2 is also about sexuality. It's also about the hormones and that. So what you're going to see is action, third chakra, around sex. I know no parent likes to hear that, but it happens. We're all human. That's what we do. So get some good communication going with your child at this time, with your 16-year-old, with your teen, okay? Make sure you've had the talks that you want to have, and that you've given them some good opportunities to make responsible choices and take responsible actions, the third chakra, around sexuality and partnership. Okay, so after that, and also you might want to help them take action on creative projects too. If you've got a big artist teen, wow, this is a great year for taking action on creative projects, because 2 is the number of creativity. At 17, your teen goes into 3-3, and whoa. Now, it was probably more alarming at 15 because it came out of nowhere. You're getting a little used to it now, but still, this is the pinnacle of the fire energy. And this is where it's almost like you absolutely must cut the reins a little bit and let him or her do their own thing. They're practicing right now. It's 1 year before they're an adult, right? So you have to allow them to make their own mistakes, and they're going to want to have their independence. That's what this year is all about. So allow them that, and don't take it personally. Again, when there might not be quite as much resistance now if you've honored your teen's perspective. Like if you've honored your teen at 15, at 16, at 17 you might not find so much resistance. They actually you may have found a nice coexistence for the moment, which is a beautiful thing. Okay, when you respect things your teen does, don't just tell your teen, I don't like what you just did. Find the things you actually respect, even if they're not doing in that moment. Just say, you know, when you do whatever, I love that. That is so cool. Like really let them know the things that you respect. Be respectful, help them honor what they do well and honor the things they're good at and honor their identity, because 3 is about identity, and that's what they're trying to forge right now. Okay, so 18, this is a year a lot of kids leave home, go to college, some don't go to college, some stay home. Any way you look at it, this is another return to a slightly calming energy, because 18 is 3-4. And 3-4 means fire and air, fire or core, self, and others love, okay? Because 4 is all about love and bigger relationships, not just one-on-one intimate relationships, but family, friends, everybody that we love. So this is a year where you might get a return. So just as your teen is leaving home, it's like, oh, but now your teen may recognize that they love you more, that they're going to miss you or whatever. And if they don't go through that phase, they're still in their 3rd chakra. So again, don't take it personally. Allow them their independence. They may also experiment with love this year. And if you're 18 and you're watching this for yourself, I recommend that you dive in this year. If there's a true calling in your heart to be in a particular relationship, this is a great year to explore love, because you are in your 3rd and you know better right now than ever before who you are. You'll know more later, but right now you know better than ever. And you also are good with conceding to others, loving others. So you've got this nice balance between knowing what you want and being willing to also help others have what they want. And that's really needed in a relationship. So explore it if you're feeling drawn. Okay, and enjoy the calm of this 3-4, this heart year, because next year, when you turn 19, it's a go for it year, okay? So if ever there's a year where you pull out the to-do list, this is it. And if you make any vows, you've got to do them this year, because the 3rd chakra is about action and the 5th chakra is about your voice. If you have a career or a huge hobby around anything having to do with the voice, whether it's singing or writing, which is still your voice, or any kind of doing sculpture, you still have a voice. If it's any kind of artistic expression where you put your stamp on it, take action this year. You're going to have so much success with it this year. Also realize that 5 is all about your purpose. So this is like a mini exploratory year. You don't have to make any huge commitments, but it's a mini year to find out where you're going to be 10 years from now, when you move into your actual 5th chakra at age 29. So at that time it's going to be way stronger, way bigger, way clearer. But right now, explore it. Have fun with it. What's your purpose? What's your unique reason for being here? And what is your unique voice? And for gosh sakes, if you have anything you've been keeping and holding in, act on it or voice it this year. Okay. Now you may have noticed there's been an undulation here. So now when you turn 20, you go into your 3-6. And 6 is actually inward. So all that outward energy you had last cycle is now ready to allow you to just kind of like, you got some things going, you can chill, and now go within. What's going on between you and your higher self? That's so important in all this. Are you intuitive? Are you listening to your intuition? And more importantly, are you acting? Because 3 again is action, right? So are you taking action on your intuition? 3-6, 3-6, action on intuition. And both 3 and 6 are about sight. So it's really interesting. The 3rd chakra is about your outward sight, what you see, what you do and don't like. It's very, it's opinionated. It knows what it wants and what it doesn't want. The 6th is insight. It's the ability to see everything. It's the ability to see the big picture. So right now you have this really wise side to yourself, and what you want to do is have your actions reflect that wise side. So it's very important that you're taking a little bit of time in your days during this year to listen to your intuition, to listen to your psychic self, your higher self. Okay, so we have an agreement on that? You're going to listen and take action. And finally, at year 21, a time in the US where we say, okay, now you can drink, now you're responsible, you come to your 3-7, which is the end of all of your physical chakras. It's like not only is the end of a cycle, it's the end of 3 cycles that had to do with your physical development. So you truly are fully grown now. You may grow just a tiny bit more, but you're truly fully grown. So now you're ready to focus on, next year you're going to move into your heart, and now you're looking at the spiritual. 3 is action, 3 is identity, 7 is spirit. So what actions do you want to take about your spirituality this year? And what identity do you have around your spirituality? There's a good chance you adopted one when you were born, because you came into a family, you came into a tribe, and they had opinions about who, what, where God is. I'm inviting you this year, if you haven't already done this, to take the time to forge your own spiritual identity. To really just let go of what you've been taught to the best of your ability. Start the slate clean. You might end up right back at the same place, but start clean. Ask the questions in your heart. Pray, or if prayer isn't your thing, talk to nature, whatever your thing is. I don't want to put an actual label on it, but connect with the divine or the universe or nature or whatever consciousness is, all consciousness is to you. Okay? It's an exciting year to do that. You're ready to do that, and this is an awesome cycle to be in. So, boy, the next cycle is also pretty cool. You're going into your heart now, so you get to include everybody. It's going to be a love fest. Make sure to look at that cycle. I'm Vicki Howie, the creator of the Chakra Life Cycle System, and I'm wishing you so many blessings through this wonderful cycle.